Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to do a new and updated 2022 Senate election prediction. I was trying to do this for 15 days away from the election, but I was a little late on that. I got busy, so never late than never. We're doing it right now for 14 days away. But nonetheless, we're going to get started. If you guys enjoy my content, please hit that subscribe button. And if you guys like the video, just smash the like button. It's just a small little thing that helps out the channel, and I would very much appreciate it. So thank you. But now, as we're going to get started here, we're going to categorize Republican safe states. These include the states of Oklahoma Special, Kansas, South Dakota, North Dakota, Idaho, Utah, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, South Carolina, Kentucky, Indiana, and I believe that is all. Now, there's a little bit of competitive states here and there, but all these states right here are strongholds for Republicans across the country. And for Democrat safe states, we have the states of California, Hawaii, my home state of Maryland, Connecticut, Vermont, New York, and Illinois. With that being said, we can move on to Republican likely states. These include the states of Wisconsin. I think Ron Johnson will win his re-election here with probably around a 7 to 8 point margin. Mandela Barnes is honestly just a horrible candidate. For the state of Wisconsin, and going against a popular incumbent senator who has done phenomenal in the state of Wisconsin and on the national level. So with that being said, I can see Ron Johnson winning his re-election here with a 7 to 8 point margin. And also in the state of Florida, Marco Rubio will win his re-election here probably with a 9 to 10 point margin against Val Demings. Val Demings, I think she's a decent candidate for the Democrats, but she's too unliked in the state of Florida. Marco Rubio is a very popular senator from the state of Florida, and I think he'll do very well in the red wave year in the 2022 midterm elections, and especially now that the general ballot, the general congressional ballot, is favored for Republicans once again. So we'll see how long that lasts. I think they'll do very well, but nonetheless, I think Marco Rubio will hold on to his seat here, and also in the state of Alaska. I think this will go for either Kelly Tabashka, or however you pronounce her name, or Lisa Murkowski. Ranked choice voting really is just a screwed up system, and I don't know why the state of Alaska uses it. It really is a way of legalized cheating in elections, pretty much. But I think that either candidate will win here. I don't know which one yet. I mean, it's very, you could be voting. You could think that Lisa Murkowski could win, and then the other candidate wins. It's very rigged. I really do not like ranked choice voting, but nonetheless, I think whichever Republican wins, I think they'll get it around 6 to 7 point margin. Also in the state of Iowa, this will go for Republicans. I think Chuck Grassley will win his re-election here with no trouble at all. He's a very good candidate. And also in the state of North Carolina, I think that this will be very easy for Ted Budd to win here against Sherry Beasley. I think that he's a good candidate for the state, and I think that he'll do very well. And so with that being said, that sums up all the likely states for Republicans. Now if we go to Democratic likely states, these include the states of Washington, also Oregon. Patty Murray, I think she'll win her re-election here in the state of Washington. Also in the state of Colorado, I think that the Democrats will once again win here relatively easily. And so with that being said, that sums up all the likely states for the Democrats. Now moving on, we have Republican lean states. This includes the state of Pennsylvania. I think Dr. Mehmet Oz will do very well. I think he'll get it around a 2 to 3 point margin as a lean margin here. John Fetterman, he's the current lieutenant governor. He's the Democratic nominee for the United States Senate. After his health and how he has been able to combat this, I really don't see him winning now. He had a chance maybe a couple months ago, but now his campaign is horrible. It's just going in the tank, and Dr. Oz is just surging in the polls, just day by day. And I think the doctor has locked his race in. This is a locked in race for Dr. Oz. I think that he will go on to be the next senator from the state of Pennsylvania. And alongside this, we have the state of Nevada. This is easy. I think Laxalt will win here against Masto. I think Adam Laxalt. I think he will win here by maybe like a 3 to 4 point margin against um, uh, the current governor or the current senator, the current Democratic senator Masto. I think that he'll do very well in the state. And if we look at the tally marked right here, we have 50 for Republicans and 46 for Democrats. Republicans need one more seat to win the United States Senate. And with that being said, we have Democratic lean states. I think this includes one state in the state of New Hampshire. I think Don Bolduc will do very well. But because the New Hampshire primaries are so late, you don't have time to campaign and you don't have time to get your name out there. I see Don Bolduc doing very well in the state of New Hampshire, but I just don't see it enough to win in the state. Um, I like Don Bolduc. He's a good candidate. He's a good guy. I like what he stands for, but I just don't see it happening in the state. This will be a hold for Democrats. And with that, that's all the lean states for the Democrats, and now for the tilt states for Republicans. This includes the state of Ohio. I think that J.D. Vance will become the next senator from Ohio. Tim Ryan, I just don't see him pulling off. He's trying to make himself look like this blue dog Democrat who stands for the working class when he really is the complete opposite. He votes for with the Biden Pelosi agenda 100% of the time. He has voted to destroy the country with bills that don't work. Okay, this is not. This is you can't pull off this act where you're some working class Democrat when you vote with this type of party 100% of the time. It'd be different if this was a Joe Manchin type of guy where he sides with the Republicans on most of the issues, but then goes and sides with Democrats on some. No, it's not. It's the complete opposite. He's trying to make him look like he's a working class Democrat, like he's one with the Republicans and the conservatives, and he's got your back when he really doesn't. And with that, I think that J.D. Vance really shines in that. He is a Trumpian candidate. Trump carried Ohio in 2016 and in 2020 with 8% voter share over the Democrat between Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden, and he was able to hold on to it in 2020, which was a blue wave year. And so, with that being said, I think that J.D. Vance will do very well in the state of Ohio, getting the Trump endorsement, getting the Trump effect in the state. And I did a recent video and it's saying that the Trump effect helps. The Trump effect is still active. The Trump effect still works across the country. And I think that the face of the Republican Party will be the Trump effect for the next, I'm going to say 6, 7, maybe 8 to 10 years to come. This is the face of the Republican Party for the time being, and I think that J.D. Vance will do very well in the state of Ohio. Ohio is a swing state. It voted for Barack Obama back in 2008 and 2012. Trump broke that voting spree from the Democrats and made it a Republican stronghold. Back in 2018, Mike DeWine won here. I like Mike DeWine. He is a very, very good governor. He represents the people of Ohio very well. And with that, I think that J.D. Vance will do very well working with Mike DeWine. And I think that J.D. Vance will do very well in the United States Senate. He appeals to voters, and I think that he will become the next senator from Ohio. And with that being said, without rambling on about Ohio, we have the state of Arizona. I think this will go for, I think Mark Kelly will lose his re-election here against Blake Masters. Blake Masters is a good candidate. While I think that he's a little, he needs to improve on some policies, I think. A lot of people are saying, well, he's inexperienced. He doesn't have experience in politics. That could be true. He's young. He's a young candidate. But I think that you live and learn, and I think that he'll do well. I think it'll take him a few months to really understand the way that this works, the way that the United States Senate works, and know how to get things done in the Senate. But I think that he'll do a lot better than what we have seen with Mark Kelly. And that wraps up all the Republican tilt states. Now for the Democrat tilt states, this is one state, and in the state of Georgia. Now I've gone back and forth with this state, and I am still going back and forth with this state. You have incumbent Senator Raphael Warnock, who is running for re-election. He won the 2021 runoff election against Kelly Loeffler, who, to be honest, was not a good candidate for the job. She was underrated. She just didn't have the appeal to a lot of suburban urban voters. And so with that being said, Raphael Warnock kind of came off with as this guy as like working class in a way for the state of Georgia, and he was able to pull off in the state. He matched Joe Biden, winning the state as a tilt margin in 2020, just barely against Donald Trump. The last time the state of Georgia had gone for the Democrats in a presidential election was 1992. So if you think about that, that's a pretty respectable job that Joe Biden was able to accomplish, and the Senator Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff were able to win both the special election and the Georgia election against David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler. So with that being said, I think that with on the Republican side, we have Herschel Walker, who is a Trump endorsed candidate. He's a Republican. He is a good guy. I like him as a person. I like him on most policy standpoints. But in the state of Georgia, the way that we've seen the trend, I don't know. I don't know how if he can win. Raphael Warnock is somewhat working class, if that makes sense. He's somewhat to appeal to those voters, to kind of like independent and liberal conservatives, if that makes sense. When Herschel Walker can't really do that as well, because he's on the Republican Party, because he has the Trump endorsement, because he has the Trump effect. I just don't see it happening. And with that, for the time being, I'm going to put this for the Democrats as a tilt margin. I think that Raphael Warnock will just have the slight advantage, and I think voter turnout will be a little bit better for Raphael Warnock, and I think that he will be able to win his re-election here and go on and stay the senator from the state of Georgia. And with that being said, that wraps up my updated 2022 Senate election prediction from 14 days away, not 15 days away. Sadly, I was a little too late to get that out. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys haven't hit that like button, please hit the like button. If you guys haven't subscribed, please do. It helps out the channel. It's just a small little thing that helps me out and helps me know if you guys are liking my algorithm, help liking my videos. And as always, stay safe, stay well, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you, God bless, and God bless America.